Welcome back. I did finish charging my camcorder. Let's try to continue. It's not always you can continue, but of course this Leopard 2, my main battle tank, is driving around in Ukraine. So now a lot on Wikipedia, they have read a lot, so now they take like 3 hours to read this. But it's not always I can pause my reading, but maybe sometime it's crashing. Let's close. So it's very hot every day. Every day it's like 30 degrees. Every day very hot in my apartment, and I have a lot of stress with debt, credit card debt. I have to pay a lot of payments always, and I have a low pension, so they give me a lot of stress. And then we have this heating. Now they have closed my water. I have no water in my apartment. Of course, I forgot that I have to do some work on water pipes. So now I have no water, no water. But I was out shopping, a bit discount grapes and a little bit different pesto. Pesto I like to use on just boiling some pasta. And I did buy one more can cheap chili con carne. And one more rice. I buy 1 more kilo rice. And more candy. But I cannot finish reading in just 1 hour, 1.5, because this is super long. This is super long. It takes like 3 hours, more than maybe 4 hours to read.
Success. Turkish intervention in Syria, edit. Turkey operates 354 Leopard 2A4 tanks. Initially using other tank types including upgraded M60s, in December 2016 Turkey deployed a number of Leopard 2A4s to the Syrian civil war against Islamic State of Iraq and the Levant, ISIS, as part of Operation Euphrates Shield. Initially, 3 of the Turkish Leopard 2A4s operating in Syria were destroyed or damaged by ISIS using anti-tank missile systems, possibly Faggot or Conquer's anti-tank guided missiles obtained from Syrian or Iraqi army captured stocks. In mid-December 2016, 2 2A4 tanks were captured by ISIS near Al-Bab city in Syria during Euphrates Shield operations. A Mark news agency posted video of vehicles claimed to be captured Leopard 2A4s. By late December 2016, ISIS had captured or incapacitated 10 Leopard 2A4s. These were damaged by anti-tank weapons, IEDs, or other unknown causes. Additional ISIS propaganda images and video depicting several completely destroyed Leopards, some with their turrets blown off, were published in January 2017. The turret blown-off effect was potentially caused by a quirk of the Leopard's design, with only 15 rounds being stored in blowout panel compartments, 27 other rounds stored in the forward section of the hull. To the left of the driver's station, they were caused to catastrophic secondary explosions. Tanks which suffered the worst damage may have been destroyed by airstrikes in order to prevent capture, but sources generally state that the damage was caused solely with anti-tank missiles or car bombs driven by suicide bombers. In January 2017, The German newspaper Die Welt reported that ISIL fighters used 9 M133 Kanat anti-tank missiles to destroy 6 Leopard 2 tanks used by the Turkish military in Syria. At least 8 Leopard 2 MBT have been destroyed according to photographic reports. Turkey also confirmed the use of Leopard 2A4 tanks during the Turkish military operation in Afrin to the German government. These tanks were designed during the Cold War to fight against Soviet tanks in Europe, not counterinsurgencies against guerrillas, where the primary risk is improvised explosive devices and anti-tank missiles. These tanks were retired from German usage when sold to Turkey. There is a belief that the Turkish purchase of Leopard 2A4s from Germany was subject to the condition that they were not to be used against Kurdish separatists. Prior to 2016, the Leopard 2A4s were kept in northern Turkey. Once the German government discovered that the Leopard tanks were being used against Kurdish forces, planned upgrades to make them less vulnerable to explosives were halted. Ultimately, Turkey was forced to upgrade the Leopard 2A4s with domestic components, including a possible replacement of the original turret with that of the Turkish Altay main battle tank. Russo-Ukrainian War, edit. In April 2023, during training of a Ukrainian crew, a Leopard 2A4 was damaged with its turret being completely dislodged from the hull. The crew was reported as fine. In July 2023, a Leopard 2A4 was modified to carry Contact 1 era on the sides of the hull and the turret. It was also shown with rubber screens attached to the turret and gun mantle. Beginning in June 2023, Ukraine deployed Leopard 2s during the Russo-Ukrainian War against Russia in preparation for their 2023 counteroffensive. During Ukrainian attacks in Zaporizhzhia Oblast on the 8th of June 2023, a Russian artillery strike on a Ukrainian vehicle column at Novopokrovka destroyed at least 1 Leopard 2A4 tank. Additionally, more Russian drone footage from the same day and days after showed 4 Leopard 2A6 tanks and 3 Leopard 2RS damaged or destroyed south the road of Mala-Tokmachka. On the 28th of August 2023, Russia's defense minister Sergei Shoigu claimed that Russian forces had destroyed or damaged all 16 Leopard 2A4 tanks supplied to Ukraine by Poland and Portugal. On the 30th of October 2023, a video showed one Stridsvagn 122 tank being hit and penetrated by a 9M133 Kanat. The crew was seen escaping /abandoning a destroyed vehicle. On the 4th of October 2023, according to Forbes, Ukrainian forces managed to recover at least one STRV-122 and send it to be repaired. As of the 7th of July 2024, according to the Oryx blog, at least 21 Ukrainian Leopard 2s were destroyed according to photos and videos, 6 Leopard 2A6, 1 Stridsvagn 122, 10 Leopard 2A4/2A4V, 1 Leopard 2R, 3 Berjepanzer 3, while another 24 Ukrainian Leopard 2s of various models were confirmed damaged to various degrees or abandoned by their crews, 11 Leopard 2A4/2A4V with 6 of them being abandoned, 5 Leopard 2A6 with 2 of them being abandoned, 6 Stridsvagn 122 with 5 of them being abandoned and 2 damaged Leopard 2R. Variants, edit. This section may contain an excessive amount of intricate detail that may interest only a particular audience. Please help by spinning off or relocating any relevant information, and removing excessive detail that may be against Wikipedia's inclusion policy. June 2024, learn how and when to remove this message. Leopard 2, edit. The baseline Leopard 2 sometimes informally called the R0 to differentiate it from later versions, was the first series manufactured version. The vehicles were manufactured from October 1979 until March 1982, altogether 380 vehicles. 209 were built by Krauss Maffei and 171 by Marquet. The basic equipment consisted of electrical hydraulic stabilizer WNAH-22, a fire control computer, a laser rangefinder, a wind sensor, a general-purpose telescope EMS-15, a panorama periscope PRR-17, the gunner's primary sight for OZ-18, on the turret roof, as well as a computer-controlled tank testing set RPP-18. 200 of the vehicles had a low-light enhancer, PZB-200, instead of thermal imaging. 2 chassis served as driver training vehicles. Leopard 201, edit. Minor modifications and the installation of the gunner's thermal sight were worked into the second batch of 450 vehicles. Leopard 2, designated the A1. Krauss Maffei built 248, chassis NR 10211 to 10458, and Marquet built 202, chassis NR 20173 to 20347. Deliveries of the 201 models started in March 1982 and ended in November 1983. The 2 most notable changes were the modification of the ammunition racks to be identical to those in the M101 Abrams, and redesigned fuel filters that reduce refueling time. A third batch of 300 Leopard 2, 165 by Krauss Maffei, chassis NR 10459 to 10623, and 135 by Marquet, chassis NR 20375 to 20509, was built between November 1983 and November 1984. This batch included more minor changes that were later retrofitted to the earlier 201s. Leopard 202, edit. This designation was given to upgraded vehicles of the first batch of Leopard 2s, brought up to the standard of the second and third batches. This modernization gradually replaced the original PZB-200 sights in the first batch with thermal sights for the EMS-15 as they became available. The upgrade included the fitting of filler openings and caps to the forward hull fuel tanks to allow separate refueling. There was an addition of a deflector plate for the periscope and a large cover plate to protect the existing NBC protection system. The tank was given new 5-meter towing cables with a different position. The program began in 1984 and ended in 1987. The third, fourth and fifth batches, which were produced during this period, had the same features. The modernized first batch can be recognized by the circular plate covering the hole where the crosswind sensor for the fire control system was removed. Leopard 203, edit. The fourth batch of 300 vehicles, 165 by Krauss Maffei, chassis NR 10624 to 10788, and 135 by Marquet, chassis NR 20510 to 20644, was delivered between December 1984 and December 1985. The main change was the addition of the SEM80/90 digital radio sets, also being fitted to the Leopard 1 at the same time, and the ammunition reloading hatches being welded shut. Even with these minor changes, the new batch was known as the 203. Leopard 204, edit. The most widespread version of the Leopard 2 family, the 204 models included more substantial changes, including an automated fire and explosion suppression system, an all-digital fire control system able to handle new ammunition types, and an improved turret with flat titanium forward/tungsten armor. The Leopard 2S were manufactured in 8 batches between 1985 and 1992. All the older models were upgraded to 204 standard. Until 1994, Germany operated a total of 2,125 204s, 695 newly built and the rest modified older versions, while the Netherlands had an additional 445 tanks. The 204 was licensed and manufactured in Switzerland as the Panzer 87 Leopard or PZ-87. This version included Swiss-built 7.5mm, 0.295 in, MG-87 machine guns and communications equipment and featured an improved NBC protection system. Switzerland operated 380 PZ-87 tanks. After 2000, Germany and the Netherlands found themselves with large stocks of tanks that they had no need for after the Cold War. These tanks were sold to NATO or friendly armies around the world. Among these buyers of the surplus tanks were Turkey, purchasing 354 vehicles, Greece, 183, Sweden, 160, Chile, 140, Finland, 139, Poland, 128, Austria, 114, Spain, 108, Canada, 107, Indonesia, 103, Singapore, 96, Norway, 52, Denmark, 51, and Portugal, 37. The PZ-87W, Waterhaul is a planned Swiss modification and upgrade of the PZ-87. The modification significantly improves protection through the addition of the Leopard 2A6MS mine protection kit, thicker armor on the front glacis, and a turret equipped with a Swiss-developed armor package using titanium alloy. The turret roof armor is improved and the smoke grenade launchers are redesigned. Further improvements enhance survivability and combat capabilities, such as a turret electric drive similar to the Leopard 2A5, a driver rear-view camera, an independent weapons station for the loader, and enhanced command and control systems. The fire control system is upgraded, using the Carl Zeiss Optronics GmbH Peri R17A2 fire control system. A remote weapons station containing a fully stabilized MG64 0.5 in, 13mm, machine gun is fitted to the tank. The Swiss company RUAG offered an upgrade package for PZ-87 main battle tanks to meet a possible requirement of the Swiss Army for improved protection. It is fitted with a new modular composite armor package. Armor modules can be tailored to provide enhanced protection against a specific threat. Damaged modules can be easily replaced in field conditions. Upgraded tanks are less vulnerable to direct hits, anti-tank missiles, RPG rounds, mines, and IEDs. The vehicle received new sensors such as a sniper detection sensor and a laser warning receiver. In 2021, the 2 prototypes with add-on armor were handed to the Militär- und Festungsmuseum for Ruhenthal. The Indonesian Army operates the Leopard 2 Republic Indonesia or Leopard 2I, an upgraded variant based on Rheinmetall's MBT Revolution upgrade for the Leopard 2A4 tank. The upgrade includes a map armor from IBD Diesenroth and Rheinmetall Chempro, improved fire control systems, and battlefield management and situational awareness systems. The PZ-87-140 is an experimental variant of the Swiss PZ-87 with a 140mm, 5.5 in, gun and additional armor, which was later used on the newer production variants. The Leopard 2A4 CHL is the upgraded Chilean version of the Leopard 2A4 ordered by Chile in 2007. Upgrades include new electronics, sighting, and information systems meant to elevate the Leopard 2A4's networking capability to be equal to that of the Leopard 2A6, a new suspension system, and the upgrading of the tank main gun to the L/55 smoothbore cannon used on the Leopard 2A6. Other upgrades are remote weapon stations over the gunner and commander hatches fitted with the MG3 and HKG MG. The Leopard 2A4 CHL has improved roof and side turret armor and can be uplinked with Chile's battlefield control network. The Leopard 2A4 MCAN is the upgraded Canadian version of the Leopard 2A4 acquired from the Royal Netherlands Army surplus. The Leopard 2A4 MCAN is specially designed for the war in Afghanistan, based on experience gained by Leopard 2 operators. The first 20 were delivered in October 2010. 5 were deployed to Afghanistan at the end of 2010 and operated until July 2011, when combat operations stopped. Though originally planned to be upgunned to the L/55 for consistency with the 2A6 MCAN, the longer-barreled guns, optimized for tank vs tank warfare, were found to be less than ideal in Afghanistan. Therefore it was decided to retain the L/44. Only small areas of slat armor were added, in contrast with the fully caged 2A6 MCANs. The protection of the Leopard 2A4 MCAN has been further augmented by the addition of applique armor resembling that found on the most recent Leopard 2A7 Plus variant, but modified to fit the turret configuration of the 2A4. Of the 2A4S acquired, 11 were converted for training use, 9 A4S, 2 A4MS. In February 2011, Canada bought 12 2A4S/PZ87 from Switzerland for the Force Mobility Enhancement Project which, along with the remaining unused ex-Dutch tanks, saw 18 converted to armored engineering vehicles and 4 converted to armored recovery vehicles. Canada has also purchased 15 2A4S from Germany as logistic stock vehicles, for spare parts. The Leopard 2 Next Generation, is a privately funded Turkish upgrade by Aselsan that includes the application of a map, upgraded optics, completely overhauled turret mechanics, and a new fire control system on the work since 1995 and to be delivered by late 2011, which is intended to be used on the new Altay MBT. It was developed without an order from the Turkish army, but might meet the requirements for the modernization of the Turkish Leopard 2A4S. The old power pack and the L/44 gun barrel are kept, but the combat weight is increased to 65 t, 64 long tons, 72 short tons. According to Turkish news sources, Finland was interested in getting the Turkish upgrade package to modernize their fleet of Leopard 2A4S. However, in 2015, Finland purchased 122 A6 vehicles from the Netherlands. The Leopard 2 hull was used for the Vickers Mk7 main battle tank, which featured a British-designed turret, where some of the innovations later were incorporated into the Challenger 2 design. In December 2015, Bumal Abdi signed an agreement with German Rheinmetall Land System GmbH concerning the technological support of the Polish modernization program for Leopard 2A4 tanks. The company will design, document, and execute 6 prototypes. The first upgraded Leopard 2 PLs have arrived in Poland in June 2020, with all 142 tanks to be delivered by 2023. The upgrades include third-generation night vision systems, production of the Warsaw PCO, new additional armor modules and anti-splash lining, removal of flammable components, turret drive system and main propulsion system, installation of the new fire protection system, modernization of the tank's integrated monitoring and testing equipment, the possibility of using new types of ammunition, programmable DM11 and DM63, and an auxiliary generator set, APU. Construction of all 142 units will be completed by the end of 2020. Turkey is planning to modernize its Leopard 2A4 MBTs as Leopard 2A4TR with the T1 modernization package. According to the Defense Industry Presidency, Leopard 2A4 tanks will be modernized with explosive reactive armor, ERA, T1 reactive passive armor, high ballistic strength cage armor, hollow modular add-on armor, close-range surveillance system, YOMGOS, laser warning receiver system, LEARS, SARP remote-controlled weapon system, UKSS, PLAT active protection system, AKS, a new power distribution unit, ASIL-SAN driver surveillance system, ADS, and voice alert system integrations. The modernization program is to be completed in 2 batches. The program will start with 84 Leopard 2A4 tanks in the first batch and the remaining tanks will be modernized within the second batch. A total of 334 tanks, including prototypes, are planned to be upgraded with the T1 modernization program. The new modernized Leopard 2A4 that was presented at the BMC factory was fitted with an Altai turret, which is armed with one 120mm, 4.7 in, 55 caliber smoothbore gun designed and manufactured by the Turkish company Make, based on a technology transfer from Hyundai Rotem of South Korea. A remote-controlled weapon station is mounted on the top of the turret which is armed with a 12.7mm, 0.50 in, caliber heavy machine gun. Leopard 2A4V, edit. On the 1st of September, 2023, video on social media showed Ukrainian crews with 30 Leopard 2A4 upgraded with contact era and T-80U style rubber screens, called Leopard 2A4V by observers. This followed previous sightings in Ukraine of a Canadian-supplied Leopard 2A4 upgraded with Contact 1 era. Leopard 2 Marksman, edit. Main article, Marksman anti-aircraft system. Finland has modernized its Marksman SPAD vehicles by replacing the original T-55M chassis with a newer Leopard 2A4 chassis. The upgraded Marksman vehicles were scheduled to enter service with the Finnish Army in 2016. The new Leopard 2 chassis greatly improves mobility compared to the older T-55M chassis, both on and off-road. The Leopard 2 chassis is larger, providing a more stable firing platform for the Marksman turret to operate from. Leopard 2 Imp, edit. Leopard 2 Improved was a series of 3 prototypes used to test possible further enhancements beyond the Leopard 2A4 model, developed beginning in 1988. After a concept phase, a component test bed, KVT, Komponentenversuchsstraße, was built in 1989, followed by 2 troop trial vehicles, TVM, Truppenversuchsmuster. The Leopard 2 Improved was mostly focused on improving armor protection, introducing the wedge-shaped, spaced add-on armor at the turret front, as well as hull and roof add-on armor, greatly improving protection against hollow charge and kinetic energy threats. It does not form a shot trap, since it does not deflect the penetrators outwards to hit the hull or turret ring. The gun mantlet was redesigned to accept the new armor. Aside of improved armor protection, these tanks also included improved optics, navigation systems and electronics. Following the initial trials of the 2 TVM prototypes in Germany and an agreement of the Leopard 2 user states, the second TVM prototype was modified, becoming the TVM2 mod, by removing several parts such as the add-on hull and roof armor, becoming the basis for the Leopard 2A5 model. One Leopard 2 Improved, TVM2, competed in Sweden against the Leclerc and M1A2 Abrams, leading to the adoption of the Stridsvagn 122. Leopard 2A5, edit. The Leopard 2 Improved was developed into the Leopard 2A5. Most of its improvements were focused on armor protection. It was enhanced by adding external add-on modules to the turret and replacing the turret's internal armor modules with ones of newer, improved composition. The interior received spore liners to reduce fragments if the armor is penetrated. The commander's sight was moved to a new position behind the hatch and it received an independent thermal channel. The gunner's sight was moved to the turret roof as opposed to the cavity in the front armor in previous models. A heavier sliding driver's hatch was fitted.